always look on the bright side of life.
Happy Wednesday. So yesterday got really busy. I busted ass and I got a lot of stuff done.
Continue for 3 miles.
The kids are all just now all officially at camp. Oh my God. Yesterday I was just too busy and I got a lot done. My fatigue did totally start kicking in because I was really pushing myself yesterday to get caught up on things. But I did, and now I'm feeling really good about the house where it's at right now. I mean, it's not perfect. There's still a lot that needs to be taken care of, but it's to a point now where it's livable, and I'm not going to climb out of my skin just walking through my house. I've been able to keep up on the dishes and getting caught up on laundry, and the surfaces have been getting decluttered. I was able to get all of the paperwork done last night, very, very last minute, because I couldn't get my printer to print the damn forms a week, and so it was a little bit stressful last night to try to get that done before I could go to bed and make sure everybody had everything. And then of course this morning we were still searching for things and last minute items and trying to get Jackie off her computer and putting socks and shoes on. Mary is still super tired today. I think she went to bed at a reasonable time yesterday, and not my kind of reasonable time either, not like 2 o'clock in the morning. Heck, actually, I think I was in bed before midnight, but I kept getting up. I was in a lot of pain. I couldn't get comfortable, and so I kept, getting up and moving around, and went and took some ibuprofen, and broke out my yoga mat and started trying to do some stretches. I was really hurting last night, just all over, and it was a different type of pain than I'm used to. Usually, it's just it'll be centralized in my lower back and my feet, and then just radiates out from there. And then as it gets more severe, like my neck and shoulders will start like aching really badly and throbbing. I'll pull muscles and have spasms and stuff like that. But it was just kind of different. Like different parts of my back were really tight and knotting up on me, even after I took my muscle relaxers. But it could be because I haven't taken my muscle relaxers in so long, when my stuff starts to knot up really bad, and then when I start taking them again, as certain muscles are relaxing, it's uncovering little...
In a quarter mile, turn right onto the I-94 East ramp to Port Huron.
But I also pushed myself really hard yesterday to get everything done that I wanted to get done. So since today is Wednesday, that means that it is Anti-Procrastination Day in Fly Lady Land. So on Anti-Procrastination Day, you're supposed to find things that you've been putting off and just get them done. Just get on it and do it, jump in, all that good stuff. And it's also garbage night for me. So since I am now kidless, my teenagers are gone, I usually have Jackie take out the trash on Wednesdays. I'm going to try and get a lot of the stuff that she usually misses. Like there's like a broken broom on the back porch and just odds and ends all over the place that need to get thrown out. So I'm going to focus on the outside of my house. I'm going to still do my morning routine, whatever I did, finish my morning routine. I actually been up since 5:30 this morning. I had a hard time sleeping last night, and then I woke up early. Yesterday when I woke up, I could barely drag myself out of bed. it was hard. And then this morning I woke up at 5:30 and I just couldn't sleep anymore. So I got up and started, switched out the dishwasher, got a load of laundry going, and wiped down the counters and stuff. Got myself kind of ready for the day. It's crazy how that works. But, so yeah, I'm going to purge a lot of crap from outside my house. I need to really work on the giant flower bed project, which I've been dreading and putting off because I've been sick and it's hard work, especially when it's hot outside. And today is no exception. I think it's supposed to be like almost 90 degrees, and I don't deal well with the heat. So I'm going to have to do it in small 15-minute increments is my plan, is to just set my timer for 15 minutes and go out there and pull weeds. Because now, even though my friend came over and like cut up all the sod to pull out of it, it's been so long now that there's grass and weeds all growing in there. So before I can really do too much, I have to go in and pull all the weeds again. So that's my first step with that. And then I need to locate some more sand to lay the bricks. I'm doing border bricks or retaining wall bricks around the garden. And I'd run out of sand, so I can get some for free off of Craigslist. I'll just probably have to drive a little bit to go get it. My main goal today is pulling weeds. I can't think of anything else that's really pressing that I need to do now that all of the camp stuff is taken care of. So I'm wide open. I have no reason to not get on that outside stuff, whether it's nice out or not. We'll see how much progress I make today. I'll have to put up some before and after pictures or whatever. That's it. Hey, okay, so this is gonna happen this week while my teens are out on vacation at camp. I'm going to work on their bedrooms a little bit as well. My main focus is going to be the yard, but I know I'm going to have to get out of the heat. I'm not going to be able to work on the yard the whole time. So next thing, this is the girls' room. Well, or the younger two children's room. There's so much crap in the closet. I'm sure I can get rid of some of that. And then there's just stuff. I actually had this room clean not very long ago. And then there's Jackie's room, which is a nightmare. Now, the futon is broken because I bought it off of Craigslist, the frame, for $20, and then we didn't realize until we tried to put it together that there were support bars missing. So I'm gonna have to rig something for that so that she can even put her bed on the frame and get it up off the floor. So that is one of my upcoming projects. Like, other than the yard, that's the most important one to me, is getting Jackie's bed done. But the yard is on a deadline, by the community that we live in. I had to put in an application to put the flower bed in, and I have a deadline. They have it done by the end of August, which is plenty of time. It's been, would have been plenty of time because I've had it since the end of May, the permit for it. So I need to get it done. I'm so exhausted already. Just my limbs are heavy, and it hurts. Like trying to hold up my arm just to wipe a window yesterday. It was crazy. So, but oh my God, I have the house to myself. It was so crazy to walk in and set my stuff down, and it hits me that there are no kids here in this house right now. I am home alone. That never happens. I kind of wanted to yell and scream and shout and woohoo and throw a party all by myself. But then I'm like, okay, I have to use this time to be productive. Oh, either that or I'll take a nap. We'll see. Ha 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 ha. Well, I really shouldn't take a nap though, because I have a lot to do. But anyways, I've made some progress in here, I would say. I'd love to get to vacuuming it soon. But that is probably all I can do for right now. I can literally feel my spine all the way from the top of my tailbone to the base of my neck is inflamed and on fire. So I'm gonna go sit down with my heating pad for a little bit before I try to go out and do some stuff on the yard. So I'm gonna sit with my heating pad. I'm listening to my book. Maybe I'll mess with my nails, but I have to take this slow because I can tell that I'm fighting a flare with as bad as I've been feeling between the fatigue and the body aches. I'm definitely fighting a flare, and I don't want to turn it into a full-blown horrible flare where I just can't do anything. It's better to be able to do some than none. So I have to share this because this is killing me. Apparently I lied. So I go to sit down on my bed thinking, all right, I'm going to go get comfy and listen to my book and do my nails. So I come out here and I get to trying to get all my nail stuff together into the living room. And then I'm like, oh, I need to go and wash the sponge. So I take this sponge and put those to the sink, and I'm sitting here thinking, well, geez, if I sit on my bed, then the dogs are going to want to come in here and sit on the bed, and then I'm going to get dog hair all over the place. I'm like, oh, I've got a blanket that we bought just for throwing on the couch, and for dog hair and stuff, even though I have a million other dog blankets. So then I'm like, okay, well, I'll go get that. It's probably in the thing, and I'll have to wash it, and it's on my to-do list anyways, is to wash the dog blankets. So I'm just going to go wash the dog blankets. So then I come out here, and I'm already out here, now I'm washing the dog blankets, and I realize, oh, crud, after I let the dogs out, too, because the dogs had to go potty, oh, look, my laundry is done. I got to fold my laundry and put my laundry away. So even though I said I was going to go sit down and rest, it's now 20 minutes later, and I'm about to start folding laundry and haven't sat down yet. This is my life. Well,
take the next right on Edgeville Road.
I did end up actually finally getting my heating pad set up, and I sat down for literally maybe 5 minutes, maybe, before my phone rang. And
for half a mile.
It is Mary's camp counselor. They went to the pool today, which Mary was really excited about because she says everything else is boring, that the pool is the only thing she likes to do there. So even though she's been like, I don't want to go, today she was happy because she's going to the pool. Well, apparently she kept wandering off, going outside the zone that, where she can be and where she's not supposed to be. And, the counselors had to keep telling her. And then I guess one of the counselors maybe had put their hand on her or something to try to escort her back. Something is what I think she said happened. And Mary Jane hauled off and slapped her across the face. And so then I think she said then a different counselor kind of took over trying to get Mary to come and have a timeout, quiet time to calm herself down. And Mary wasn't cooperating with that either. She was running her body up against her and, kind of pushing her away and kicking. Oh. Well, hi there. It's me in editing the next morning. Apparently, sometimes when I get notifications on my phone while I'm filming, I lose sound or it just stops filming entirely. In this case, I lost sound, so I went on telling you the story about Mary Jane at camp for at least 5 minutes. No. So basically, Mary was just acting out. She was basically triggered because she wanted to go somewhere she couldn't. The staff had to kind of intervene. Mary got upset and smacked her across the face and was kicking her and whatever while they were trying to get her out of the pool. And then when they called me and told me that I need to come and pick her up because they have a no violence policy. So while I was trying to get up there and pick her up, she was still giving them a hard time about getting out of her bathing suit and getting dressed, and she was just not having it. She was cranky and acting out, and she also, when she gets like this, often talks about suicide, wanting to kill herself, wanting to die. So I got actually a phone call about that Wednesday? No. Yesterday was Wednesday. So Tuesday, it was one of the things that the camp counselors brought up to me when I picked her up, was that she had said something during one of her stress periods. Well, this is why I tried to kill myself. Which last year at the end of towards the end of the school year, I did put Mary Jane into a mental health facility, because she does often refer to, wanting to hurt herself, or just not. It's not even that she wants to hurt herself necessarily. She just wants to not feel that way. It feels horrible. It's very overwhelming. It's very stressful. It's very hard for her, and it's very unpleasant. So she just wants that to stop. And so when she's in the middle of that, she lashes out and hits people, or talks about wanting to kill herself, or wanting to die, or nobody likes me, stuff like that. So this is what we were really dealing with at the end of the year for school. And after her stay in the hospital, they changed a lot of her medications. And so now that she's been on the Seroquel, it seems like she's had a lot more ability to actually utilize some of her coping skills when she gets that way. We've been able to see right away, like even while she was still in the hospital, see her stop and, use logic out loud to come up with a way to solve the problem, instead of just having a meltdown where she's overwhelmed and can't utilize her brain to think of how to solve the problem. She usually just melts down. So we have been able to see a lot more of the ability to utilize the coping skills that we spend so much time trying to teach her. So we were really hopeful and excited to see how things go, putting her back into a structured situation. Because she doesn't like having structure. Is really hard for her when she can't, she wants to be in her own little bubble and just be able to go and follow those whimsical feelings, whatever it is that she wants to do, like that, whatever is they're interested in very strongly. So it's very hard for her to do stuff that she's not interested in or isn't the focus of her attention at that moment. So any kind of structured situation where she has to do what the group is doing, or I guess follow other people's rules that aren't hers necessarily, then she has a hard time with it. So I was really, really disappointed to hear that she was becoming violent again so quickly. I was really, really hoping that with the new medication, it would give her the ability, just to slow down a little bit and utilize her coping skills, and instead of just lashing out and hitting people, because it's a big problem. I was having to come and pick her up from school way too much. She was getting suspended, and it was just very upsetting and disruptive, and it's really challenging to try to figure out how to navigate it and make it better. It's really challenging. So I'm kind of bummed about that. Feeling a little like my bubble is burst. Yeah, so that's basically what I was rambling about in the car, was to tell you that it was a big deal that she was hitting people, and it's disheartening and scary, and yeah. So back to yesterday. Alright guys, I'm wrapping up the day. It's after midnight and I'm exhausted, but I did good. I wanted to show you what I am doing. This is what I got done in Jackie's room. There's a floor. Woot woot. I want to get rid of some of this furniture. I have to figure out what I could do with this room to make it work and function better. It's so crowded, but this kid has so much stuff. It's ridiculous. Like, because she collects antique electronics. So she has like old computers and film projectors and old cameras and just all sorts of stuff. Video games. Can't forget the video games. So, but it takes up a lot of space. And so Mary is out like a light. I found the girls' floor. Tomorrow I'm gonna, hopefully I can do some shampooing in both of the kids' rooms. Start shampooing their carpets. But I got their floor completely cleaned up. I'm not gonna touch their closet this go around because it's officially zone 3 for the Fly Lady stuff. So that means we work in like some of our extra rooms where it could be like kids' rooms, laundry rooms, extra bathrooms, guest rooms, you know, just like whatever doesn't fit into the other categories. So for me, for zone 3, I do my kids' rooms and I do my laundry room. So I only have a few days left because it's already Wednesday, but earlier in the week, I'm usually still knocking out my zone work before I can in the beginning of the week, I'm still working on my weekly home blessing, and I have to get all that stuff done before I can really start doing zone work. I also got to get outside today, and I did do a little bit in my flower bed. I pulled some weeds and I put down some more cardboard to help keep new weeds from growing back in before I get the whole thing completed and the weed barrier down and the wood chips and all that stuff. So I feel really, really amazing about what I got done today. But I'm also very, very tired and very, very achy. So I'm sitting down. I was just sitting down and watching some YouTube stuff, and I realized that I didn't wrap up the day yet, and I'm still working on yesterday's vlog that I just finished editing, so I'm a little behind, and I don't want to get too far behind, so I'm going to wrap up today, and hopefully I can get this process tinned up sometime soon so that I can keep on the role that I've been on. It's been really fun. It's been good for me mentally, I think, just going through the motions of making my goals and saying them out loud, and then trying to hold myself accountable, and then I have to rewatch the whole thing when I am editing, so it reinforces everything that I have said throughout the day. So but anyways, thank you guys for visiting with me today, and I'll catch you later. Bye.